Good evening, everyone. Welcome to our computer coding webinar. We hope you enjoyed yesterday's work, and today also we are having a valuable session as we will explore exciting world of coding, and we will help you to reach your potentials with us. And so sit back, relax, and get ready for the fun and enlightening learning experience with us. First of all, I would like to congratulate our yesterday winners. Just go through this slide. Congratulations, winners of quiz on 20th May 2023. Every day or after every session, we'll be having a quiz here, and whosoever will be the winner, like this is the slide for the previous winners, that this is Abhivan, Samyak, and Kyan. So what you need to do after doing that, you need to send us your information on this email. Kindly take the screenshot. Please provide your details through the email address at info@yep.education, name, class, your school name, and your full postal address. We'll be sharing a valuable and very informative book from Yep Education to you as a token of appreciation. So you can take the screenshot. I will share the same slide in today's session at the end of the today's session also. So I hope it's clear. Let's move to the summary of the previous class that we have done yesterday. Those who have not attended the class, please go through the session. It's available on the YouTube. Please download, please subscribe our channel, and you will be able to get some valuable videos over there. So summary of the previous class, what we have done, those who have not attended the session yesterday, we have made you understand what is Scratch. We have steps to download Scratch or how can we work online. Then we identify different types of components of Scratch windows. We use different types of sprites, blocks, and stages to create basic Scratch programming. Then we draw some geometrical shapes, how to draw those geometrical shapes using the pen block and other blocks. Then creation of calculator we use with the different blocks. So we'll start with today's session now. The agenda for today's session, we will be covering some projects in a very interesting way and in a very informative way, that you will come to know that if we are making any programming or doing any programming, creating any code, so what are the points, what are the tricks we have to keep in mind to make that programming or coding or game or project in a very simple and in a very settled manner. Okay, so these are the projects for today. First of all, we will be learning the project for creating the story lining. We have created this, I'm playing this video for you, and we have created the story lining just by using two blocks. That is, one, we have used different types of backdrops. We have used sprites, and they are just conversing with each other by using the look block. And by changing their addresses or location, we have used the control block. So only two blocks we have used here, and you can see such a beautiful or a simple story telling exercise that you can do in your class by in using your projects and all that. So just go through this video once and just see what's happening. They're saying hello. They're saying hello, Maya. Let's go to the city. So the backdrop has changed to city. I like this place, and Maya is also saying me too. It's just a very small example I'm telling you. So let's see how we have done it. Let's move to the software. See, this is the code that we have done. I'll be explaining this code to you, and then we will move further for the next project. We have taken one sprite named Maya. What we are doing here, when clicked, this is the same block which used last time also, and this is the block which by default we have to use because we have the flag to switch on our projects. Then when clicked, just hold on. Okay, so when clicked, then we switch costume to Prince A. There are so many costumes available whenever you take a sprite, and we can switch those costumes to create a storyline. So we have switched costume to Prince A. Princess A. Then we switch the backdrop to forest, because when we are starting, so we'll taking a backdrop of forest. Then she's saying say hello for 2 seconds. Again, we have used a looks block. These all are the looks blocks which are changing its position. Then wait for 2 seconds, switch costume to Prince B. Up, you have seen that in the costume, Princess B, she is keeping her hand like this. So she is want to say me too or something like that. So we can change the position of her by changing her look. So that we have done, that switch costume to Princess B. Then say, let's go to the city for 2 seconds. Then she will broadcast a message. Saying something, waiting something is different. Broadcasting is different. In broadcasting act as a trigger. That what happened, it will trigger the next event. For example, when she will broadcast a message that let's go to the city, it's a message. So broadcast this message to the other sprites. Then switch background to color city. The moment she did that, the background will change. If you will see this, here it is coming when backdrop switches to here. When I receive message 1, whenever they will message receive, this is the trigger. Whenever I receive message 1, say welcome for 2 seconds, then broadcast message 2. So once the welcome message will go, so it will broadcast the message 2. What will happen when the broadcast message 2? When they will receive the message 2, say I like this place. So it is triggering the next event. You can trigger the next event. When you broadcast it, you can use it as a trigger. So when I will check this out, when I'll click it, it say, hello Maya, let's go to the city, and the city background will change. I like this place, me too. So like this kind of story, just an example that by using only 2 types of block, you can create an interactive story. So you can use the Scratch projects in stories also. So this is the main point that I want to make you clear, that you can create your stories using the Scratch programming. You need not to learn much for if, else, then. Just by changing the looks and backdrops, you can create a story. Okay. Now let's move to the next. That is a catch game, in which just check this out and then we'll find it out what's happening. See, there is a frog over here. And when it's moving and catching the ball, you can see the score is increasing. Can you see the score is increasing? Okay. So, I think for all the chat is...
Ma'am, can you please disable the chat?
Sure. It's to the host and panelist only. Okay. I think now it's stopped now. Now nobody can chat.
Okay, ma'am. You can continue.
Okay. So I know that so many of you have created this kind of game. It's a very simple game. I will share the coding of this game with you also. But my point right now to explain you that why we are learning this game and how we are creating this game, that is more important. That whenever you are creating any game, you are creating any project, so how to think over it. In yesterday class, we have already discussed that when we are doing coding or programming, we are increasing our computational skills. We are increasing our computational thinking. So what we are going in today's class, we are taking this game as a problem to us, that this is a problem which we need to solve. Now we will follow the computational thinking step by step to solve this problem. So what we are doing, this is going to help you a lot in creating softwares, in doing programming, that how we have to think on it, why we have to think on it. अब ये हम छोटी सी गेम बना लेंगे, ठीक है, विल बी हैप्पी विद दैट, बट और गेम्स बनाने के लिए, कुछ ऐसा बनाने के लिए विच इज नॉट प्रेजेंट हेयर, यू वांट टू क्रिएट समथिंग न्यू, so you must have steps to step concentration, you have a step to step structured in your mind that how we have to go about it. So let's learn the making of this game with the help of computational thinking. Let's move to the new slide. Now we are going to learn about the computational thinking and Scratch side by side. So computational thinking, the very first step of computational thinking is define the problem. That what is the problem? So the problem is to create a catch game where the player controls a character to catch falling object. So one object is falling from the top and the player has to control the character. So whenever you have to make a software, whenever we have to do the programming, the very first step is to write it down, define that problem. Once the problem gets signed it out, assigned or planned, so we will move to the next step. Now let's move to the next step. That is decomposition. How will we do it? Decomposition means breaking down the problems into smaller tasks. Make small problems. Now suppose that is the game. So what is, first of all, we have to create a game background. So that is the first problem that we have to decide on. कि मुझे क्या background रखना है. Create the characters. That how many characters we need. So I need a one character, that is a frog. You can take any other character also. You take a frog, you can take an animal, any other animal, or you can take a bowl in which the ball is touching. So make the following object. Which object you want to take as a following object. Implement the characters movement, that how the characters will move. Like ball will come horizontally from up to down and the frog will go vertically from left to right. ठीक है, वो vertical होगा, horizontal होगा, that we have to decide. Then detect collisions between the character and the following objects. कि हमें उनका देखना है कि अगर वो horizontally move कर रहा है, vertically ऊपर से नीचे आ रहे हैं, तो किस तरीके से हमने उनको टच करवाना है, so that we can make a game. क्योंकि जब तक वो टच नहीं करेंगे, will not be able to do it. Keep score and display it on the screen. Add sound effect and game over conditions. So all these problems, this is just an example. When you start making any program, something is in your mind, I have to create such kind of game. So write it down, all the points. I'm telling you how to write those points. So this is the decomposition process in which we are converting our big problem, a complex problem, into small problems. And then we are keep on sorting down those problems one by one in our programming. Next step comes to be pattern recognition, that we have to set the patterns, similarities, that what's going on. Like identify patterns or similarities in the task. Many objects will fall from top to screen. We know that. Whenever we need to make such kind of games in which there is a catch game, so obviously something will be fall from the top to the top of the screen. Character will move horizontally. Obviously, the character will move horizontally from left to right to catch that thing. Then collisions need to be detected between the objects. The objects के अंदर, उनके अंदर collisions होना चाहिए. Only then we'll find out the game. So these are some of the patterns recognition from the previous knowledge, or if you have seen such kind of games earlier. Then comes abstraction. The next step is abstraction. Please keep in mind all the steps, because at the end of this meeting, we'll be again having the quiz, which is based on this topic only, computational thinking. And you know that winners are going to get the books from the YEP Education. So please be aware and be with me and listen all the instructions and all the points very carefully. It is going to help you to win the quiz. Abstractions, identify the essential elements and remove unnecessary details. Very simplified language में यहाँ पे abstraction समझाई हुई है. If you are class 6, 7th and 8th, this chapter is there in your book also, computational thinking. And now I am taking one more example of computational thinking and explaining you all the steps. So abstraction means identify the essential elements and remove unnecessary details. Like focus on creating the game mechanism. What game is requiring? Don't go for overburden of objects and some backdrops which is not matching or over thing. So we have to prioritize our functionality of the game, not on over aesthetics. Over aesthetic means the beautification. Might be your game looks very beautified, the graphics are very good, but while playing or while doing work on your program, your functions are not properly working, so nobody will like your game. Because until and unless if it is a name is game is given, so the functions must be very attractive and it should be very smooth in doing it. So prioritize functionality over aesthetics. Beauty is required, aesthetic is required, but to the point. Functionality is more important than aesthetic. Then comes the next, algorithm design. So we have to keep a flow chart or we have to make a algorithms. So plan the steps to solve the problem, set up the game window and its dimensions, create the game background, design and position the character sprite, implement the character's movement based on player's input, generate falling objects at regular interval, detect collisions between the character and falling objects, update the score when objects are caught, display the score on the screen. So after all the discussions, all the problems, decomposition, pattern recognitions, abstractions, now we come to our plan, that this is my plan, this is my algorithm design, and now I have to move step by step to do my. Let's move to the software now. We will follow these steps and create the software. Okay. So let's move to the scratch. I have created this game for you and let's see how we will plan each and everything here. See. So first, what was our first step? Plan the steps to solve the problem. The very first was to set up the game window and its dimensions. So this is my game window. I have selected the dimensions. I know that when I will keep it like this, so I can play. See, I can play. I know you know how to play this game and you know how to create this game. The best thing is that today's agenda was to make you clear about the computational thinking. Okay. So those who are in here, let's see how we will do the coding of it. So the very first thing was to set up the game window and its dimension, create the background. So for creating this background, we will go to backdrop. And from this backdrop, we can take the jungle scene I have taken. You can take any other scene also. No issues in that. You can create your own game for this. Fine. Next, design and position the character sprite. So we know that I want to move it horizontally and I want to keep the orange here. So this is my positioning of my characters. Next step, implement the character's movement based on player's input. Okay. So now what we need to do, first of all, we have to decide the frog, that how frog will move. So I want to use my arrow keys to change the position of the frog to the right hand side or to the left hand side. So what coding I have done here, when clicked, then I have used a forever block. I will show you how many blocks I have used here. So this is if I split my coding, when clicked, then I have taken a forever block because I want whatever I'm doing, it will go on and on in looping. The very first thing is I have taken the if from the control, then key right arrow key pressed. So that I have taken from the sensing block, that which key will be pressed, this one. So right arrow key or left arrow key or any B, C, D, 1, 2, 3, any key you can use to play your game. So whatever you will give the instruction, it will work accordingly. So I have taken the right arrow key. So if right arrow key will be pressed, then change X by 10. Fine. So if I'll go this, so it will change my position. And if the left arrow key will be pressed, so it will change my X position to -10. So frog position is for frog coding is only this much, because I have to move frog from right to left, from left to right. So if I'll show you the programming here, so I'm using my right key to move here, and I'm using my left key to move here. Fine. Next is character movement based on player's input. So we have to decide the movement of ball also, or fruit also. Orange fruit I have taken. So first of all, I want my fruit to be fall from this position. I want my fruit to be this position. So if I'm keeping it here, can you see the Y position is around 160? And if I'll keep it here, it's around 160, or I have taken the value to 174. So when the flag is clicked, my position is something here. Now I have used a motion block for this, that go to the random position, change Y by 174. So every time the things happen, I will click the flag button, my orange will go randomly position to where Y value is 174. So this is the one coding I have done for orange. Then next coding I have to do for orange, that it will fall vertically from top to bottom. So whenever I will click, again I will use the forever, change Y by -5. -5 means it will, if it is suppose on the 170, so it will come to 165, then 165 to 160, then 160 to 155, like this go on, and its position changes from -5, -5, -5. With this, I can change, or I can keep the speed of my ball falling. If suppose I'll make it -10. So if you will see, the speed is increased. The falling speed is increased. So you can say that I have increased the level of my game. If the ball is giving the speed, so the level is increasing. But suppose I want to make the game for a very small kid, so I can just make it for 2. So see how my ball is falling at a very low speed, or -2. I should do it -2. This is debugging. See, the speed has decreased, so even a small child will catch up the ball very easily. So like this way, I can set the level of my game. Again, whenever the ball will come to -70, like position here, this is the -70 position. See, just check this out. The moment it is coming to -70, it is again go to the random position at 174. So this will help me to set the changes. Let's move to the next step. Now I have to detect the collisions. So collision में कैसे होगा, जब इसको touch करेगा. देखो, the moment it will touch, it will give a score. So how will I do that? I have to use this coding for that. When click, set score to 0. How to set the score? We have to go to variable and make a variable here. Write it down score, because we have already created, so it will give us an error that score already exists. So I will make a score here, set score to 0 whenever we will start playing the game. Forever, keep on doing this. If touching frog, if it is touching the frog, then change score by 1, make a sound, and again go to the random position, change by 174. Got my point? So this is all is happening here. Then update the score when objects are caught. Display the score on the screen. Like this is happening. This is algorithms design. Got my point? That how we are going from one step to another. Let's quickly revise the steps that we have done. First of all, computational thinking. First step, define the problem. The problem is to create a catch game where the player controls a character to catch following objects. Next, we have decomposition of the problem. We have breakdown in a small problems. Then we have recognized the patterns, identify the patterns or similarity of tasks somewhere else. Then we have the abstractions, that we will unnecessary mechanism को हटा देंगे, complex visuals को हटा देंगे, and we will only prioritize functionality over aesthetics. And then comes the algorithms design. Now you can see how quickly we have created the game once we have decided all the points which are written, and step by step we have discussed each and everything. Now the last one is automation and evaluation. This is very important task. अभी हमने कोड बनाया, the code is working fine, but this doesn't happen every time. हर बार नहीं होता, आपकी automation नहीं चलती. Sometimes your program is running, sometimes your code is running, sometimes it will not run. Sometimes you want to improvise on that code. So this is the very crucial step in automation and evaluation. Use scratch coding blocks to bring the game to life, that we have done. Test the game to ensure the character moves correctly. Object fall and collide and score is updated properly. Adjust the game mechanism or code as needed to improve the user's experience. And sometimes this process is a very ongoing process. Sometimes your code is not working properly. So in that case, you keep on, you have to debug. That is the concept of debugging your code when your code is not working. So many times we say कि code नहीं चल रहा है, program नहीं चल रहा है, but we never tried it. कि let's try with something else. Let's try with any other code. Let's write it down in your diary why the code is not running. अगर मैं इसके बजाय ये कर लूँ, इसके बजाय कर लूँ, that is called debugging. So keep on debugging with your programs. Keep on things like this. Fine. So this is all about catch game and this. I hope you enjoyed it and you keep this thing comes to your mind, that how we can create a game, how can we work with the help of these computational thinking steps. I hope it is clear to everyone. Let's move to the previous program that we have left yesterday for the calculator that we have not discussed in details. So let's make that calculator work, and then at the end of after discussing 10 to 15 minutes about the calculator, because so many of you saying ki we have not discussed it properly.
Pooja ma'am, for a moment we can allow the chat so that if anyone has any question, we can cover it.
Sure. We can do that, sir. I'll do it. I hope now you can do the chatting and just write it down, questions if you have regarding to computational thinking.
Students, please ask question relevant for today's session only.
Okay. The very first question comes is that ma'am, please explain debugging. Debugging means like checking of your code. It's not debugging is in the scratch only. You can have the debugging of code in Python and C++ or any type of code. Sometimes if you have learned the Python, we'll be having the Python session will be there. In Python, sometimes you do the indentation problem. Sometimes you do some syntax error. Sometimes there is a runtime error. So all these errors, you need to find it out and make your code correct. That process is called debugging of your software or debugging of your code. So that is debugging. Then please tell me, ma'am, what is algorithms? Algorithms is whatever we are doing or whatever we are performing, the step-by-step procedure to complete a task. Like here I have told you that we have created an algorithm. So that is the algorithm design.
Krishna, stop it.
Okay?
Krishna, you will be muted if you want to stop.
This is the algorithm design. We have created, these are the steps. We have decomposed our problem. We have find out the patterns. We have abstract everything which is not required. So this is my final outcome of the game. Algorithms are step-by-step procedure for completing a task. That is the algorithm. Same उसी एल्गोरिथम को when we are presenting is in diagrammatically, that becomes the flow chart. ठीक है मैम, how to change the backdrop? Okay, I'll show you. I'll move to the window. If suppose I have to change the backdrop of my image, I'll click here on the backdrop on the right hand side. Suppose I want to make a colorful city, I can do that. If suppose I want to make it a boardwalk, I can do that. So like this way I can create my backdrops, or I can upload my backdrops. I hope I have answered it. Then the next
Ma'am, there is one more question. Ma'am, I am unable to type anything when I am creating variables.
Okay, let's see. Make a variable and you can write it down. Suppose I have taken a variable here, answer. Look, it's creating. Are you using the same right block for making a variable? Or either restart your game or whatever you are doing, Scratch program. Otherwise, I don't think so. This is the button you can use to make a variable. Don't use the same word. Suppose if I create the answer again, so it will not be able to write it down. Variable named answer already exists. So let's try with this block. This is make a variable block from where you can do it. Please tell the difference between broadcast and say. Say block, say something and it's done. But broadcast messages you can use to trigger your events. जैसे आपको मैंने example दिया था, I'll show that example to you again. So if the person say hello for 2 seconds, it's done. इसका कोई effect नहीं आएगा. But if after saying that, we'll make a broadcast message to it, that this message is a broadcast message, whatever messages we are giving, if we can use this broadcast message as a trigger for any other event. Like here, when I receive message 2. So ये एक trigger बन गया कि इसके होने के बाद ये हो जाएगा. Say block के बाद अगर आप देखो यहाँ पर हमने कोई भी broadcast नहीं किया, so nothing will happen. I like this place in 2 seconds. I cannot use this say as a trigger. Okay, then we have the next question.
Pooja ma'am, we can move ahead now. We have taken question for 5 minutes almost.
Okay, sure. So I'm moving towards the program that we have not properly discussed yesterday due to the time. We will discussing it again. Okay, so in yesterday class I told you that we have to work on this block first. If this block is clear to you, you will be able to complete your entire calculator in a very easy way. So let's learn how to make this block first. First of all, this is ask block and now your chart is on. So can you tell me where you will get this ask block? Please use the chart in a very good way. It will be better for you, that you will learn something. Yes, it's a ask block and which is a sensing block. So it will ask what is your name, like we have what would you like to do, plus, minus, multiply. Then we have a if condition here, that if how I have created this, it's okay. I'm closing the chart until I explain. And then I will enable it for question answer session. Okay, so this is the operator block I'm using here, which is a equal to block, this one. If answer is again a variable, which we will creating by make a variable. If answer is equals to plus, then ask, give me the first number and wait. Again, ask is used from the sensing block. Then set first number to answer. Then we have to set the number, first number to answer. I'm removing it because we don't require it. Then set first number to answer. Then ask, give me the second number and wait. So again, if you ask for the second number, again the second number will go to the answer variable. Then set result to first number plus second number. Then say result for 2 seconds. Now I'll tell you the easy way to do this. Once you have created this block, in which we have used operators also, we have different types of operators, like we will use plus, minus, multiply, divide, all these 4 operators will be there. Then we have a equal to operator, this one we will use. So these are the operators that we are going to use in this program. We will use motion block, we will use control block, we will use event block in this, and we will use the looks block also, in which it will tell us the result. So we have used so many blocks here. Once you have created the block, need not to do it again and again. Don't do it. Just right click over here and make it duplicate. You will be having the entire code in front of you, and you just change the values. For example, if you want to make it for subtraction, so change the sign here. I'll just increase, it will be more clear to you. Just change the sign here. If the answer is minus, give me the first number, no change. Set first number, no change. Ask me the second number, no change. Set the second number to answer, no change. Result, this much, this one I have to change. What will I do? Here I will place the minus, and I will give the first number here in the first block. Do it here only. Why I'm telling you, sometimes you struggle like this कि आपका block उसमें सही से नहीं जा रहा, मैम वो तो जाता ही नहीं है. That's why I'm telling you how to place the blocks. See, then you come and place it properly. So now this coding has changed to for the -1. Simple. Same thing you can do for multiply, same thing you can do for divide. But there is a hypothetical, I will say, situation. I'm assuming that the user will give the correct values, the correct integers to add the program. Only then my program will run properly. Otherwise, it can give me wrong answer. I'll take you to that tour also. I'll explain you what I'm trying to say. Okay, let's see. For example, now let's start the game by clicking. Just a minute. Okay, so they are asking me to do the plus. So I'll say okay. So it will ask me the first number. Let me reopen it. Might be there is some block. Okay, so they are asking me to make a plus. So this is debugging also. Sometimes everything seems fine, but your code is not working. It is not taking plus sign. So what will we do? We'll close it properly and we'll open our Scratch program again. This is also part of debugging. Just creating the blocks for us. Okay, so let me open the file again. Let's see. Now I'm getting the option to plus and click. So give me the first number. So suppose I'm giving 85 and then it is, now I'm not giving any numerical value. I will give ERT. So again, I'm getting the 85. Am I getting the right answer? No, I'm not getting the right answer because the second number is ERT, which is not an integer. So now you have to explore. This is a task I'm giving to you right now. You need to explore this thing that if somebody is putting a wrong thing, it's not putting an integer into my calculator. So what will be that thing? Giving you a hint that I have used here only if block, you use else block to solve the problem. So now I have given you a problem. Now you find out the solution, you decompose it, you do the abstraction, you do the algorithms, and I have given you the problem that this is the problem in my calculator that if somebody will write it down ERT, so my sprite is not giving the correct answer. So how to make that correct or how to give a prompt that the number you have entered is not correct. This is the task for you people today. Okay. So this is the session over and now we'll have a quiz time. So again, you will be having the quizzes. I'm sharing my code of the game with you. And please take the quiz very seriously. You know that the top 3 winners are going to get an informative book from YEP Education. I'll be waiting for 5 minutes to join. It's right now 5:50. And I will be waiting till 5:55. So join the game very fast, quickly. I'm sharing the code with you. So the code is 955136. Joinmyquiz.com. Quickly join. Very good. 15 participants have already joined. Quickly join with your name. Very good. I'm refreshing my game so that everybody can join in quickly. "44 joined. Quickly, quickly, quickly. You have another 3 minutes to join. We have 214 participants, and out of which only 48 has joined the meeting yet. Quickly join the meeting. So at 5:55, I will start the game. I'm giving you 3 minutes to join. See who will be the lucky one today.
Pooja ma'am, if we can allow the chat for everyone now.
Okay, sir. 99 have joined. 100. A century. Very good. Another 2 minutes. Join quickly. See the name on the screen. Check out your names. This is the link, beta. Joinmyquiz.com and enter the code 955136. 1 minute more.
We will be announcing today's winner at the end. Also, we will be sharing Yep's YouTube link so that all of you who have not subscribed and were not able to attend today's and yesterday's webinar may see the video from there. So this is Yep Education's YouTube channel. I guess a lot of people are confused how to join the quiz. So if in case quickly we can go to joinmyquiz.com and then there we have the QR code or the code is getting reflected over here. 955136. Pooja, you are connected to internet. Maybe some other issues are there. You are connected there.
I'm just starting the quiz. I don't know why it is. I think the game has started for the students.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah, ma'am, started for the student.
Working for students. Might be some network issues there at my side. Please write down the answers. Well, we are getting 49% accuracy, not bad. %48 accuracy, very good.
Some of the students are complaining that they have not been able to join. So guys, for today, you won't be able to join, but for the next time, we will ensure that we have a better format that all of you are able to join. Calm down, guys. That's okay. It's okay. See, it was shown to everyone. 130, 40 students amongst you only joined the session quiz. So don't worry.
In the meantime, those who are not able to join the quiz, they can ask any question if they have any query. I have given you pretty 5 minutes to join. So total 160 players are doing with us and 89 has done. Quickly complete your quiz. It's 164 players with us and 104 has already completed the quiz. Quickly do it. We'll wait for all of you to complete the quiz. Quickly. You can check out your name here. Hundred and 15 have completed. 178 players are with us. One 80 participants and 181 players. So I think almost everybody is there in the quiz. $124 completed the quiz. So for how long we are going to wait? Okay, the new winners are coming up. Okay, now I'm closing the quiz now. So let's see who is the winner. This is refreshing. There is some internet issue. It is taking time. Okay, so our winners are on the screen. Arushi Khurana is on the first position. Congratulations. Then we have Angel Arora on the second position and Rapreet was on the third position. So please share your details. I'm sharing the slide again with you. These are our winners. Might be there is some, I have already announced the names of the winners. So I'm sharing the screen again. What information you have to give it to us. Please take the screenshot of this, the winners. Kindly provide your details through the email address info@yep.education, your name, your class, your school name, and your full postal address to us. Okay. I hope it is clear. These are first winners, Arushi Khurana, Angel Arora, and Rapreet Kaur. These are our three winners.